Alright, let's get this stream started. Just doing a little carp fishing tonight at Bear Lake. See if we can pull in a little bit of silver. Doing a shorter stream than usual tonight. And going to plan out my next trip to the Norwegian Sea, which I plan on doing on stream hopefully later this week, if not next weekend. Let's see, so the spots on Bear Lake have definitely shifted a bit since the last restart. But I'm going to try some different baits that are old spots, see if we have any luck. Line clipped at about 24 meters. Got some algae and cheese out there to try to get some carp, and we'll just throw some worms out, see if we can get something else while we try the spot out. Yeah, there's some bait while waiting. Before the update a couple days ago, this spot was very active, but it seems like it's probably going to be no good anymore. So I might try some of the areas through here and here if we don't get any bites soon. Surprised the worms weren't even getting any bites. Wait here till about 2 in-game time. If we don't get any bites, we'll go ahead and try a new spot out. Welcome to the stream, those just joining in. Just doing hunting some carp spots on Bear Lake since the recent update. Some spots have dried up. Looks like our old spot here is dried up for sure. So, see if we can find somewhere where they're hitting tonight. Apparently had a bream on there, didn't even realize it. So the spot here at 5531 was really active earlier last week, but I'm not getting anything. I've tried a few different baits with no luck, so I'm going to move further north, see if there's any good spots up that way. Had some luck along this section here near the camp, so I'm going to try Casting a few lines out there, see if we get any luck. This is a good spot to try. Again, trying algae and cheese right now. Might throw potatoes out instead of cheese. Don't get any luck on that. And throwing a worm out just for good measure. Cucumber up and grab some bait and hope something bites. If anyone has any tips on some spots on Bear Lake that have been active this weekend, I'm all ears. If not, we'll just go through various grass patches and see if we get any hits. There we go, get some more bait. Just a blood worm, that's unfortunate. Looks like this area is not very active either. I'll hit the chat up, see if anybody's heard any spots that are active right now. Cucumber. This spot's doing no good. Let's see. Let's move a little further north and see if anything's biting up that way. If we don't start getting any luck, I might switch locales over to Old Berg or maybe Winding Rivulet. There may just be a bit of a dead lake right now. Let's see. Might try out near this patch of lily pads. I know sometimes I've had luck there. So let's see. That's probably not that much. Yeah. Get some potatoes instead of cheese. Alright, so we'll give this spot just a little bit of time. If I don't get anything, seems like no one else has been having much luck at Bear Lake this weekend, so if not, we'll switch over to Old Berg. Usually always find some decent spots there. Oh, something's hitting. Looks like the potato might be getting some attention. Doesn't look like it's taking the hook all the way in just yet. There we go. Now it's got it. Not a very big fish, whatever it is. Just a little crucian. It's a decent sized crucian, I suppose. A little more cast out, and then probably switch over to Old Berg. Yeah, let's go ahead and change locales to Old Berg, see if we have better luck out there. Now, usually up here around C2, C3 is a good spot, but last I was there, it seems like it may have dried up a little bit as well. Now, Gamer did mention in chat that 2167 is fairly active here right now, so we might go give that a shot. Little cucumbers and tea, snack of champions here. Let's see, so I believe I might be going the wrong way here. 21 is going to be that direction, 67 is. I might cross the bridge and go up that direction. Yeah. This may actually be, may have actually been on the main island, those coordinates. It's alright, we can loop around if we need to. There's a spot here, looks like I got stuck. Sometimes that happens. Usually I can throw a rod out and potentially, there we go. Little tip there, if you ever do get hung up like that, sometimes just casting a line out will let you unstuck yourself. Alright, so 2167, this is our old spot here, okay. So let me switch to carp bait again. And try a couple spots here. We'll go out towards the deeper water. And throw a potato in my usual spot over there, which I usually have good luck with. And while we wait, I'll try some jig fishing, see if anything's hitting on plastic baits out here. Yep, got something on. Small, whatever it is, but better than nothing. Little perch. Something's biting on the algae. And something on the algae line. It's spooling a little bit there. I'll finish reeling this in and we'll deal with it. And I think this is close enough in. Go and just reel it in. See what we've got over here on line 2. Yeah, it's a bit of a fighter, but this is also on my Adriatica reel, so it's probably nothing huge. Seems like it's probably, if I had to guess, maybe a 7, maybe 8 kilo grass carp, something along those lines. It's not really running with it very much, it's just kind of staying right there, so that's good. Line off. This one might be a bit of a fight, but that's the fun of going after carp. This one's heading over towards the mainland, so I may, if I can't reposition it to make it go towards the bridge, I may have to cross over to keep it from spooling. It's heating my line up like crazy though. If I'm not able to buy an HSV soon, I may have to upgrade the grease on this reel. Looks like it's starting to wear out though. given where this one was caught, when I reel this in, I may cast my potatoes out towards the same spot as well, since it hasn't got any hits yet. This thing's maybe out of fight, so should be on its way in here now. A little bit of a second wind to it. It's just not quite ready to give up yet. There we go, now it's on top of the water. Should be an easy reel in at this point. Looks like it was a grass carp. Yeah. Something's hitting the potato now too. Ooh, actually this is a black carp. That's fantastic for XP and silver. Yep, 7 kilo black carp. Very nice. Something's teasing the potato line but hasn't taken it yet, so we'll go ahead and get this back out there. And while it's still teasing that line, let's go ahead and get a worm out here, see if we can catch some little bream or something. Come on and take the potato there, fish. You know you want it. This fish seems to be afraid of committal here. Sounds like, yep, something's on the worm line. Still waiting for the one going after the potato to just take the hook in. Something on here. It's like a little tiny perch. Yep. Cast it back out. Make sure this thing hasn't taken the line. It's just, nope, Guess it's on there. Alright. Nope, it came off, of course. Whatever it was just playing with the potato. We'll try casting it out this way. And get some more bait. Something on the algae again. Might switch the potato over to algae if I don't start getting a hit soon. A little bream on there. I'm going after the worm again. Another bream. Might not be a terrible idea to try switching to bream at this spot right now. Worm. And another bream. Pull that. Pull the potato back in, and looks like I forgot to put more ground bait on anyways. I'll toss it back out towards the fallen tree here. There we go. Welcome to those just joining. Just trying to find a few carp out here at Old Berg. Bear Lake was pretty inactive, so I'm over at my classic spot on Old Berg up at C2. Got a potato out there by the fallen tree. Got a worm out here catching some bream, and some algae out here since I did get a black carp a little bit ago. See if I can get some more of those. Hey there, Dashlore. Welcome to the stream. It's a new name. Haven't seen you here before. Been inactive the past few days from being under the weather, but usually I stream around this time every other night. And later this week I've had a trip to the Norwegian Sea. I'm planning on doing a second trip out there in the very near future. Continue to get some more silver to save up for another, or my first, I should say, HSV reel, and doing some further testing with sonar mechanics. Our last trip I played around with the sonar a little bit and had some decent luck. I've got some theories on how it works with the fish depths, so I'm interested in seeing if that theory holds up. So far since the update a few days ago, it seems like a lot of the carp have been fairly inactive, but never hurts to try to find them. Looks like we've got one going after the potato here. Of course it does right after I scoop up some bait and I'm worn out, so it's like they know. Hey gamer, good to see you. Caught a little 7-kilo black carp, a few bream, nothing much other than that. Architecture. Yeah, I don't think I've seen you in the chat, but definitely welcome. Happy to have you here. I kept it. It was only worth about 3,000 XP to release it, and the trip's been so dry so far tonight that I needed something to pay for the trip out here. Been having this kind of luck where something just plays with the potato for what seems like ages and never really takes the hook, but it seems like the carp in general are just sleeping right now. I tried about 4 different spots with several different bait at Bear Lake, and I didn't get a single hit out there. Yeah, usually this spot over here by the log is where I get most of my grass and common carp. Yep. Because it hasn't fully given up on the potato yet. Just doesn't want to fully commit either. Maybe on there. Looks like it's on. So yeah, I've got some algae straight out. That's where I got the black carp. Nope, it came off. I tried a potato out there, and it wasn't having much luck, but I'll give it another shot here. I was having a little bit of luck with bream on my worm, but it seems like that's dried up a little bit now too. Aim at the rocks on the right. Okay, I'll try that. I'm also thinking about picking up the sieve, or however it's pronounced, for making coffee, and pretty soon to start replacing my tea with coffee when I'm fighting carp. As great as the pickles and tea are, I need that extra energy boost. Here we go, got something on the algae line. Small, whatever it is. The old Adriatica never lets me down. Another bream. I'm kind of tempted to switch over to just getting some bream at this spot while they're active. I think I might go for that. So you got some bream ground bait. And they've been hitting on the algae fairly regular, so we'll just throw it back out there again. Since the carp seem sleepy right now, maybe I'll have better luck getting the bream. Something in the worms. Something on the potato now. And we got another tiny bream. See what we've got on the potato line. Another bream. Yeah, I love the sea's fun, but it does seem like everybody's there right now, which isn't giving a ton of variety in the content for sure. Yeah, I don't want to try my red stick on carp out here. That'll go nowhere quick. And yeah, Dashler, I do plan on doing a second Norwegian sea trip in the near future, but mostly it's going to be one of the little trips bought with gold to earn some more silver because I need to get a better reel than this Adriatica. Yeah, I saw you mentioned about thinking about trying the Inferno Telly. What's the load capacity on that one? Oop, got something decent on here. 26, nice. I need to try using my my telly to go after some eel out here now that I've got leaders. Oh, look at that! It looks like I got a little common carp. All right, wasn't expecting to get that on this line, but I'll take it. Yeah, the lure may be too spooky for the eel, but it might be worth trying. Eel are just hard to narrow down because it seems like they can show up at pretty much anywhere on the shore of the lake, but not common enough to find reliably. I've caught a couple here along the lily pads, and actually I've caught some out in the shallow part here as well. But I think I maybe got 6 eel total. Yeah, that's true. I guess I could try to Volkov at some point, pick them up with my telescopic there. Time for the old snack of champions. Can't imagine this diet of cucumbers and tea is very nutritious. All right, now we're getting some rough. Okay, well, it's something. Maybe there's a cafe order for it. I didn't even check, actually. Definitely does seem like carp overall have been quiet since the update a couple days ago. Yeah. Yeah, there's all these different things you can cook and it just seems like the cost ratio, the cucumbers and tea is just such an effective cost ratio for it that it's hard to justify making anything else. Or at least the coffee gives you the extra energy boost, and I think the alcohols give you like an XP bonus or something like that. But yep, energy definitely. Although it does seem having the food bar up to recover energy is certainly essential. Sausage and tea. Yeah, I think I did a lot of sausage in my early days. Once you unlock the cucumbers, though, when you get out here to Old Berg, you get 50 cucumbers is like less than 4 silver and last ages. Still quiet on the algae and potato lines. So I'll gather some more bait while we wait. I love it when I get all 3. I probably need to at some point buckle down and make a bunch more egg doughs so I can unlock getting night crawlers with my shovel. Full carnivore diet. There you go. Yeah, it'd be cool if the some of the higher end recipes that make you sacrifice, like say making the fish fillets and such, where you're giving up selling your fish to make the meal. It'd be nice if those gave you maybe like a temporary bonus to your fishing skills or something, like maybe like a 1 or 2% bonus to your skill while it was under effect. That'd be a neat bonus to encourage you doing those recipes. So on the subject of the deep sea fishing, I've actually been eyeing a game I saw on Steam where it's like fishing in the Bering Strait. Looks pretty interesting, so I might give that a go at some point, see how it looks, see if it's something that might be an enjoyable game to stream. We'll be here, gamer. So do you have a favorite place to fish on here, Dash Lore, as far as your favorite watering spot? I'm trying to adjust to Bear Lake, but Old Berg here has been my favorite for quite a while. Okay, so I don't think the bream. Oh, well, I was about to pick this up, and just as I was going to, something took it. Sometimes you just have to give up, and the fish will come. All right, another bream. Just a small one for the size hook I've got on here. Recast the potato line here a little more to the right. Okay. Multitasking there. Tunguska and Cerveski? Okay. Looking forward to trying those out, being level 20. The best I can do is Volkov, which I've actually, so far, I haven't been to Volkov or Quarry, because I know both of them are trolling water more than anything, and I haven't really invested much into spin fishing. I've still got as far as spin fishing goes, I've got the starter rod that they give you, and I picked up this dynamic for heavier lures, and even then I don't have a whole lot of a lure selection, so I haven't really done enough spinning to justify going to those lakes, really. I need to get back on my float fishing. See, I'm going to unlock match rods at 60%, and I'm working on getting to 60% bottom fishing so I can get some carp rods as well. Yeah, I think the mistake I made, I believe, is probably investing so heavily into the both point wise and tool wise, into bait harvesting and ground bait crafting early on, to where I kind of made it sort of pigeonholed myself into bottom fishing mostly. Very nice, almost 100% there on spin fishing. Definitely something I do want to start working on more. I actually like telescopic fishing a lot, which I may actually just go ahead and bring this line in since it hasn't hit anything in a while, and bring my telescopic off, see what I can get out here. don't need to be using pieces of fish for this. Let's try some barley. I think my least favorite body of water so far is Belaya because I just have terrible luck there. Getting something right off the bat. What's weird with bottom fishing is I think because you can have 3 reels out at a time, outside of trolling, even if you are spin fishing or float fishing, it kind of just makes sense to have a couple bottom rods out at the same time. So I feel like bottom fishing is just always worth investing in. I'm going to switch to a different lure. That one's just about invisible out there. A different bobber, I mean. Yeah, if you're trolling, you can have the 2 boat rods out, which is nice. Switch back to my old faithful here. Ooh, why do I have a huge hook on here? What was I fishing for with this? Don't want to drop down that far. Go a medium 11. There we go. Yeah, so you have like 2 on the holders, then you can hold the 3rd rod if you're trolling correct. I feel like with telescopic fishing, because it's so limited, I feel like it has just an inherently higher bite rate than everything else, which is why I like to do it in between my bottom fishing. When I do eventually get to where I can go to the Norwegian Sea outside of the trips, I really want to try a lot more fishing from the shoreline because I feel like it's underrated. Another one on here. That was a... I've never seen one drop the bobber so slowly like that. That was a little awkward. So is Savesky one where the current takes the float pretty far, or is it fairly calm compared to something like Tunguska and even Winding Rivulet for that matter? Okay. Yeah, at some point I really want to go back to Belaya when I have better spin tackle because every time I've gone out there I've tried spin, bottom, and float, and I'm lucky if I can catch enough fish in an hour to make up the cost of the trip out there. Belaya just hates me. There we go. Let's fish up a few roach here for fun. Seems like the bottom rods have died off again over here. Yeah, I think part of the issue I was having in Belaya is that my cast range wasn't very far. Um, so I don't think I could get it out to most of the spots where the trout were. But yeah, even with the telescopic and bottom fishing out there, I just don't have any luck in anything to hit. Hey there, Avid. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate it. Usually been away for a few nights, but usually I'd stream around this time about every other night. Tonight just doing a little relaxing carp fishing that hasn't been very fruitful so far, but hopefully doing another Norwegian sea trip soon. One of the early bodies of water that I really like is Wine Rivulet. There's always some good cafe orders that I can fill like right there next to the cafe with bleak and mussels and things of that nature. Speaking of, there's a bleak right there. So I feel like the cafe orders at Wine and Rivulet are an underrated approach for early game silver. Nice, Avid. Yeah, this is I've actually that's about how long I've been playing as well. Oh, you're streaming too? Awesome. I'll give you a follow and check out your action. Do you have a favorite body of water so far, Avid? Bear? Yeah, I've just started fishing in Bear a few days ago. I had a really good spot that was getting a lot of luck on a few days ago, but since the restart, it was kind of dead. Um, so I came back to my old spot here in Oldburg. Oh, thank you for the raid, K4. 32 kilo grass carp. So my biggest carp so far is a 14.7, which was actually caught right here on, believe it or not, my Adriatica. That was about a 45-minute fight all around the lake. It was something. But I like that about the carp fishing, going in with a reel that's a little underpowered, even though the amount of silver and XP you get for the time fought, not to mention the wear on the reel. It's just fun to chase the fish all around the lake. Welcome everybody. We're just out here at Oldburg trying to, so far fairly unsuccessfully, catch some carp. And actually recast somewhere else on this, but carp overall seem to be a little bit sleepy since the last update. Trying to find where they're active. Did get a black carp out here a little bit earlier, but it wasn't nothing special. It was only about a 7 kilo. Something took my pearl barley here. And we were having some luck with bream at this spot, but it seems to have dried up as well. Okay, now we're starting to get something to hit the potatoes. Just needed to find the right spot, looks like. So I'm going for the barley. Took it too soon. Oh well. This is sort of what I've been having over here tonight, though. Something just kind of playing with the bait over here for 3 or 4 minutes, and then sometimes it'll take it, and sometimes it won't. Whole island there, Dashlo. I've got a common carp I had out here on my Adriatica reel from a stream last week, which actually took me all the way around. Had to go down to the bridge, out towards the fort, and finally pulled it in out over there by the bridge. It was quite the fight. All right, now it sounds like we got something good on the potato line here. Nothing huge, but it's nice to finally get something on here. Any bets on whether it's a common carp, grass carp, or black carp? This is on a Titan reel. What do we got? Looks like a grass carp. $7 kilo on the dot. I've never gotten one like that before. I'll take that. So it seems like the spot over there by the fallen log is still decently active. So I'm going to get, let's get another decent line out there. Put some carp bait on here. Do some algae, see if we have any luck on that. And get my pearl barley back out. There we go. Have some tea, tighten the lines, and wait. So you're not a huge fan of amber dash, more of a, or sorry, Avid mentioned amber. For those curious where I'm at on Oldberg right now, it's up here at C2, just casting up along the island here. It's not as active as it was a week ago, but the spot's still fairly reliable, and I know over on the other side, if you're looking for tench, I've been having a lot of luck with tench on this side of the island, so if there's any cafe orders for those, worth noting. Too soon again. Probably got too big a hook on here, honestly, but that's all right. Yeah, it just definitely seems like most of the reliable carp spots are just dead right now, which is unfortunate. Hopefully, in a few days, we'll get some active spots again. And it seems like from what I'm hearing, a lot of the reliable spots over on the Norwegian Sea are a little less active than they were since the update. Alright, got something going on the algae line here. Hopefully it'll actually take the hook. Instead of just playing with its food like it's doing right now. Come on there, fish. You can do it. I believe in you. Yeah, it makes sense. The old bait and switch. Alright, something on here now. Oh, there we go. Now we've got a fight. My poor old Adriatic has been through the ringer so many times, but it holds its own. Though probably got about a 6 kilo grass carp on here, something along those lines. Maybe less. I did sit for about a half an hour debating last week whether to upgrade the friction brakes on the Adriatica. Ended up not doing it, but definitely gave it some thought. Little tiny grass carp, 5.3 kilos. Now I'll see if we got something on the potato line that was ringing. If I can find it again. There we go. Possibly? Nope. Looks like whatever was biting the potato gave up. So unfortunate. Either that or it got off, because it seems like it's been pulled away from where it was originally. We'll get another cast out with the algae since it's been pretty reliable so far. And go ahead and recast that potato line. Oh, there it goes. I just love playing with the fish or the bait right now. There we go. Let's hope for something at least 8 kilos. Well, I ain't getting that this time. Not even 4 kilos. Oh, it's a carp, so better than nothing. Beggars can't be choosers and all. Cast this back out and get some more bait. Never have too much algae. At some point I want to try some mayfly larvae at a few of the other maps because I feel like I might have some luck with it going after some of the smaller fish that I like to chase. Hopefully you got some good coin there, Dash. I appreciate that, Evan. I'm always happy to chat with some fellow gamers for sure. Hopefully we can start finding some new hotspots since the last update. I've been chasing around Bear Lake. Seems like it's just completely dead right now. At least for traditional baits, I don't really use pop-ups or boilies much yet. Mostly because I'm broke on silver, but on the traditional stuff, it just hasn't been very fruitful. Yeah, I appreciate that, David, and definitely got some past streams up if you want to check them out. Some of the action when this area was hot, got some good carp fights on there. Yeah, that's pretty good. 350 silver, not a bad day's work at all. Alright, something's playing with the food again. Thanks for the follow, Dash. Hey, Hiko. It's slow tonight. The carp spots have not quite been as active as they were since the update. Right now, I was at Bear Lake and just not getting anything, so I'm back at the old standard in Oldburg. I am on MDog's Discord, but I don't have an established channel for my streams yet. Something I need to work on. But I do advertise there on MDogs and Twitter and YouTube as well. I've been having a lot of fish fall off of this potato line. Let me check my hook size, make sure I'm not running something too big on there. It's only a 4, shouldn't be having that issue. I'm almost wondering if I need to switch up from the basic bottom rig to something like the inline rig. Alright, take it easy, Dash. Thanks for joining. We'll catch you next time. And I've got about 10 more minutes in me, then I am going to be calling it here as well. Just trying to... was sick for the past few days, which is why I haven't been able to stream, so still getting over that, but hopefully get back on my normal schedule this week. Say inline's a lot better. Yeah, I need to, I've got some unspent skill points, but I've been fully invested in the simple rig, which is kind of the only reason I've been using that. But I've unlocked Inline and Snowman, which Snowman's more for the pop-ups and boilies. I'm too broke for that right now. But I think I may start trying the Inline rig and see if I have better bite rates with that. So that may be what I do on the next stream. I'd love to, gamer, but I feel like if I put one more hour in tonight, I'll probably be too worn out to hop back in this evening. But I'll try to stick it out. I'll try to get another. We'll go for another 20, 25 minutes. I can stick it out for that, but then let my voice fully recover so that get back in the full swing of things this week. And I want to try to plan the second Norwegian Sea stream possibly during the week this week. I've got a lot going on next weekend, so I probably won't be able to do it during the weekend, but this week I may do the streams for it, and definitely want to try some more of the sonar experimentation, since I feel like we really started having some luck with that towards the end of the last trip. It seemed like it was resulting in much bigger fish than usual. No, my mic wasn't broke. It was a. I did find that I had on my previous streams, I had some audio driver issues that were causing my output volume to be a lot lower, and I didn't realize it until someone mentioned it to me, and so that should be fixed now. This whole time you thought I was just not talking, but you were just muted. Happens to the best of us. Alright, can we get all 3 baits here in the scoop? Just bloodworms. I'm gonna try and make it for another probably 20 minutes, and then I'm gonna get some rest. Cause I've been sick for a few days, so trying to recover from that. Nice, Hiko. Yeah, I need the leader tool still, and I want to pick up the sieve to start making coffee. So when I'm fighting some of those huge carp, I'm not solely dependent on my cucumbers and tea. I can have something that gives me a little better boost of energy than the old tea does. And the pearl barley seems to not be having any luck right now, so I'm going to swap it out for, let's go with some bloodworm. See if we can't get some bleak or something over here. You still been fishing the Archipelago, gamer, or are you trying some new spots right now since the update? There we go. Took my eyes off the prize. Going for some donuts. I imagine that's a tough one to get, being both a rare fish and then trying to get a trophy on top of that. I think someone was mentioning last week they found a spot where they were hitting pretty actively on. I'm sure it's changed since everything seems to have changed with the latest update. Happens every time with the telescopic rod. Just when you think it's nothing's... Every time I put the rod down, something goes for it. Come on. There you go, fish. More roach. Alright. Seems like the carp are back to sleep over there. I feel like I need to do a YouTube series modeled after this character's diet. A week on cucumbers and tea. See if I survive the ordeal. There we go. Missed it again. Oh well. Time to catch some more bait. Just a bloodworm again. So something I've noticed in the bait harvesting, the points affect your chance of not failing, and it seems like it also affects possibly the amount of primary bait you get, but all the secondary ones, so like in the scoop, the aquatic plants, and the mayfly larva, it doesn't seem like the points have much of an effect on those. Or at least I haven't noticed much of a difference. Okay, it looks like Maddie may have found something I was going to say. If anybody here on stream is premium with high ground bait making, Maddie 2K17 is looking for somebody that he can send some material to make into bait. There we go. Got another bite. I feel like the fish are more hesitant to take the full bite since this last update too, because everything seems to just nibble for a while. All right, what do we got? Little tiny Chinese sleeper. All right. Well, this carp spot seems to be inactive. Well, I say that, and something starts ringing as soon as I'm about to. It never fails. So just when I give up on a spot, something says, "No, we promise. There's something here." It's like it knows. This is on the algae line. 35.58 with potato. See, that's like over here somewhere, I think, or up in this area, to the left of the bridge. Okay, might try it. Oh, something's almost on the algae line here. There we go. Tiny, whatever it is. If the Adriatica's not sweating, it's nothing big. I didn't even know you could get grass carp that small. I think this is just a bleak in disguise. Don't be fooled. It's just a bleak wearing a grass carp costume. That's all this is. So E4, you say, over to the left of the bridge. Let's give that spot a try before we finish things up. No, that's not a baby Hiko. That's just it's just a bleak in disguise. They can't fool me. Or over there on the mainland. Okay. It's probably not safe to run with your scoop out. You know, don't try this at home, but we'll get some bugs while we run. I'd love to see some additional bait harvesting options to catch like regular flies and stuff like that. It'd be nice. Okay, so you said 35.58. Okay, so somewhere along these lines. Right along in here, okay. And what's the lay of the land in this area? So is it out towards the deep hole that you're thinking we should try, or over towards the grass there? I'll swap everything to potato. Aim at tree, 9-meter clip. Okay. We'll give it a go. That tree over there, I'm assuming, across the way? Nope. Okay, which one are we looking for? Fallen tree. Okay, so this one over here. Gotcha. Anything here, 9-meter clip. There we go. Oh, this is where you use the telescopic for big grass carp? Nice. These lines nice and taut, and get my telescopic out here. Not going after any grass carp because it'll snap, but let's see what we can catch. What's the depth here? Pretty shallow. Should be fine. My hope is that at some point before I give up on the Adriatica, that I can break its record, which is, let's see, yeah, 14.703 kilo grass carp on the old Adriatica. If I can hit an even 15 on there, then we can finally retire that old wheel. What I'm torn on now is whether to go ahead and save up for the HSV or to get a second Titan so I can try and have 2 rods going after larger fish to make it a little bit easier to go for the HSV. I'll probably make the decision on that based on how successful the next Norwegian Sea trip is. If I can get reasonably close to an HSV from that, then I'll just go for the HSV. Oh, I saw a nibble. There we go. Little sleeper. So Titan's no good for the archipelago. Yeah, I mean, I guess that is the advantage with the HSV, is that in addition to the being really good for carp fishing, it's also a really solid trolling option. So it definitely makes the most sense, but I also don't want to be in a situation where it's another 2 or 3 weeks before I can get a second rod that can handle decent sized fish. But hopefully the next sea trip will be pretty profitable. Hopefully I won't lose another lurker. This is what I'm having, man. They just nibble for a while now. They're afraid of commitment since the latest update. So Titan's fine for like Volkov and all those. Something to keep in mind then. I mean, the advantage with if I go for a second Titan, for the price of just the HSV, I'm able to get the Titan and the Fortuna rod and still have some left over. So it seems, in an economic sense right now, it seems like the better option. What's this, another baby? It's a decent one. It's not a bleak in disguise, at least. Oh, something's running with the telescopic here. Little perch. And the Fortunas get... Oh, you have a Tagara, you say? Whew. See, the real trick is to just go out there with an ultralight telescopic and be brave. Actually, all the carp fishing on here has maybe give consideration if I can find a place out here where I'd have a good enough connection to do it. Maybe do some real life carp fishing. Do some videos of that. Might be something fun to do, because we do have some decent common and grass carp spots not far from where I live. So Could be something I do for a special stream. Nice. Good old Xanders. At some point, I want to go trophy hunting for all the tiny things. I want to get mussels, crayfish, bleak, gudgeon, all the little guys, and just fill my house up with mounted tiny trophies. Everyone can brag about their big Greenland sharks and all that. I'll have my little minnows. Yeah, it'll be for the distant future when I'm not perpetually broke. Dang, 1,000 silver to mount it. That's rough. Here we go. Another perch. So is there a house on other maps besides Mosquito, or is it only Mosquito that's got the house? There's one on Quarry. Whew, that's pricey. One day I'm going to make it out there to Quarry Lake, if for nothing other than getting some cheese and cottage cheese to make some bait. Hello there, Ty Smeck. First time seeing you in the stream. Welcome, welcome. Alright, something was playing with this line. Did it take it? Nope. Gave up. The potato was just too much for it. Maggie 5555. Yeah, I think I saw Genji posted some pictures on M-Dog's Discord, so I'm assuming that was the quarry house that he had on there. It'd be nicer if it was full of trophy mussels, though. Oh, everything's active now. Here we go. Do we have something bigger than a minnow this time? Nope. 7.2. I guess that's alright. What size hook am I using? Probably need to upsize that. I'm on a 4. The Titan can handle a 1. Yeah, I've got it's a size 1. I think I put it as a size 1 carp hook. Oh no, shoot, that is a happy hook. Oops. I thought it had a size 1 Simmons carp hook, but apparently not. Good catch there, gamer. That might have been a disastrous situation. Yeah, it's definitely, once I get the next rod and reel set up, I need to invest in some new line and hooks to increase my inventory here. I haven't paid enough attention to those, really. Thank you for the follow, Beard Breath Angel, Bird Earth Angel. Don't know how your pronunciation is, but thank you for the follow. Well, I mean, you know, you're dead, but you're an angel, so you know you're dead and reborn with some fancy wings, right? Ah, be our death angel. There we go. All right, now we're making more sense. Looks like another sleeper. Yep. Come on, Carp. Got a few more minutes here. Give me a nice carp to finish out on. Use my old trick. Wear myself out of energy. That's when they always seem to want to hit. Every time. Every time. This is why I need to upgrade from tea to coffee. All right. Come on. Come on. Take one. Thank you for the follow, Navy Chef. Here we go. Got one on. Got another minnow. Eh. Bigger than the minnow. I'll take it. No one's going to convince me that that 225-gram grass carp was not a bleak in disguise. I refuse to believe otherwise. Quit playing with your food, Carp. Just take the hook. A German spelling of it? I can bet. All right, here we go. What do we got? What do we got? Hey, I'll take the skill point gain from that. All right, well let's try to catch one more fish on each line before I end the stream. We'll do that, turn everything in, see what we get for the day's catches. See if there's any cafe orders I can fill in. I'm sure, probably not, but you never know. So those of you that joined recently or new to the chat, always interested to hear what everybody's favorite area to fish is, which lake or river they enjoy, or if they're spending most of their time at the Norwegian Sea now. Me personally, Old Berg is my old faithful classic. I'm trying to make Bear my new favorite, but it's kind of dead right now. I know you hate it so much you just can't get away from it, right, gamer? It's got some Stockholm syndrome for the archipelago. Yeah, money is the important part. I need to make another trip back to the old winding rivulet for my bleak and mussel orders. Maybe that's an idea for one of my streams this week, is to see if I can actually profit at Belias, since every other time I've been there I just can't catch anything. Maybe with some help from viewers I can actually turn a profit out there. There we go. Got something on the big hook. $4-kilo grass carp. Now it's quick enough. I'll put this out, see if we get something on there by the time the second line catches something. Ocean's your thing now, Ty? Okay. Yeah, it seems anybody that's high enough level, ocean is their way to go right now. Have you played much with the sonar on there? Working on getting ready for Quarry Lake. Yeah, I was originally going to try to gear up for Quarry Lake, but I did a trip out to the sea and got quite a few levels out of that, so decided to stick to carp fishing. So my goal is to get another good carp rod and reel to really hit Bear Lake hard. Line 3 is doing pretty well at grabbing things right now. So yeah, with the sonar, I did a little bit of experimenting towards the end of my first trip out there. Under 2 kilo. We'll count you as a baby carp. And it actually was fairly reliable, not so much for bite rate, but I found that if I was taking note of the depths of the fish on there that weren't at the bottom, I was having better luck catching larger fish in general. So if I have a suspicion just from a programming perspective, I suspect that the sonar depths are an indication of the weighted tables for the depths at the area, but I don't think it's going to be of any use for actually finding the areas for bite rate. Yeah, Navy, carp fishing is my favorite thing on here, and as this line right here is on an Adriatica. This poor reel has been through the ringer. If you go through some of my highlights on the channel, you can see I've put it through a lot of stress, to say the least. My largest fish I've ever caught so far is this grass carp, 14.7 kilos on that Adriatica. That thing took me for a ride all around Oldberg. I think that's probably, if there's one complaint I had about the deep sea fishing, is that a lot of the fish out there don't give you that big fight. You're kind of just reeling straight up. Yeah, I agree, Ty. That's there's a lot of people that were debating whether or not the sonar was just a gimmick. We were kind of debating that on my stream while I was out there, so I decided to just give it a try, see what we're getting. It was definitely fairly reliable as far as some of those mid-range fish. Okay, so Archipelago's more of a gimmick. So I guess that's probably what the consensus was. A lot of people probably just assumed as much for the same one. I wonder if they'll go back and fix the Archipelago one, since they seem to figure out a way to make it work with the new sea sonar. Oh, there we go. This is what was hiding under that quote-unquote grass carp we caught earlier. For those that missed that one, where's he at? There he is, 225 gram. There's no one's convincing me this is actually a grass carp and not a bleak in disguise. Alright, so see if we get one more hit in the next few minutes and then start making our way to the market and start winding everything down here. But it does seem like this spot's decent bite rate. It doesn't seem like the larger fish are hanging out here right now, but the way carp have been since the update, any carp at all right now is better than nothing. I've tried about 7 different baits at about 5 different spots at Bear since the update, and just nothing is hitting. One would say that the bear has gone into hibernation. Another sleeper. Some bait. Never have too much algae. Last call for potatoes there, Carp. Alright. Start heading to see how much silver we made. Probably not a lot, given the size of fish been catching, but all in good fun. I feel that's one thing that some people play and try to level through and earn as much silver and XP as hours they can get, which is a fine and dandy way to play. Me, I like to just take it easy, roam around, catch what fish I catch, and have some fun at it. Do we get enough roach? Hey, we did. Nothing else that paid for the trip out here. Don't think I got enough perch now. Alright, now to see what we got. Got the 1 black carp. Yeah, 20 silver, that's pretty decent. So let's see, we made 12 silver from the order. This brings us up to 32. I want to try and keep anything that's over 500 but not worth much for bait. So let's go ahead and just do this. Alright, so plus 32. Alright, well, made a little over 100 silver in an hour and a half. Just sort of checking around, so that's not too bad. Yeah, usually my usual cutoff is if it's worth less than $2, which actually a couple of these I will. I will cut it up. Right now, I'll go ahead and cut these 4 up. With any luck, I might get a skill gain out of this, but probably not. Nope. Well, on the plus side, I'm fairly close to getting enough to get another Fortuna rod, but not that that'll do me much good until I can get a reel for it. Just for price checking, let's see. So the leader tool is 386 and 45 for the sieve, Sesvi, if anybody knows how to pronounce that. Cool. I'm going to go with sieve. Is there an area where the premium or the professional fillet knife is buyable with silver, or is it just a gold only thing? I know it's only used for like muscle meat and things of that nature. Yeah, coffee pot, that's right, Hiko. And then the coffee making bucket, there we go. And also, how much is coffee itself? Let's see. Alright, so instant coffee, whew, that's expensive. You get 10 portions. How much does each portion of coffee make? Is it just like 5 portions of coffee per craft, or it's a decent size? The clip I was using, Navy, was 9-meter clip towards the fallen tree. And that was at 3851, was it? The coordinates, I believe. Okay, so it's a stock issue, but there are maps you can buy for silver, so 3558, there we go. So that's the 9-meter clip, 3558. And I was using potatoes as bait on both of those lines. So let's see. As far as the muscle meat goes, bait harvesting. That's at pretty high up there, I guess. So I guess it's not really something that you need to worry about getting until you're 100% in bait harvesting. So nothing I need to worry about anytime soon. My next big goal is being able to harvest night crawlers, because those are always sold out in small batches, so hopefully I can get to that at a reasonable time. Oh, so they do vary on price. That's good knowledge to know, so I'll keep an eye on that once I'm up to that point, and I'll look for a good price on it. Get a little bait and some cucumbers. Yep, yeah, Oldberg. This is where I always come to get all of my grocery needs, other than obviously the things I got to get at the farmer's market or quarry cheese. But so far, it's mostly just cute. Which actually, while I'm thinking about it, I am starting to get a little bit low on the old cucumbers. So might as well make that while I am thinking about it. You just can't beat the price for making the cucumbers. The old cucumber and tea diet. If I do end up making one of the IRL carp fishing videos, I'm totally going to bring some cucumbers and tea to just, really embrace the Russian fishing experience on it. I like cooking them and eating them. They're cheap, gives me some cooking XP, and the sound effect. You can't beat the chomping. But yeah, I do agree. The tea is a perfectly good on its own. Oh yeah, that's a good point there, Hiko. Some cucumber and tea burps. What bothers me though is we got this, is calling them freshly pickled cucumbers. That's just pickles. That's all that is. We don't need to say they're pickled cucumbers. There we go, another skill game. Exactly, it's pickles. Just say they're pickles. Yeah, that's a good point if your food is high. I don't know, at this point I think that the tea and cucumbers is just part of my character's persona. But I do feel like they need to revisit some of the high-end cooking, because there's just not much reason to make a lot of this higher stuff, especially the stuff that's using up your fish. So you're not only making something that's not significantly more useful to you, but you're giving up silver for it to do it. I think what would be cool is they, in addition to a revamp maybe in the amount of food it recovers, I'd like to see maybe some of the higher end cooking recipes maybe give you like temporary buffs after you eat them, like maybe for 5 minutes you have plus 2% in all of your skills or something like that. They could do something along those lines. But still cool to even have the system in there. Something that, as far as I know, this is the only major fishing sim that even bothers to include a cooking and eating system. So can't fault them for that. Other than there is a game out now that's in early access called Open Fishing XL. Kind of looks like an old 90s RPG. But as far as ones that matter, I'll say it's definitely Russian fishing's got that on everything else. Thank you for the follow, Bilbo. So Bilbo is your name there? Is it based on the Lord of the Rings or something else? You got me curious. Little Bilbo Baggins. But yeah, it definitely seems like carp are more or less asleep right now. Hopefully, over the next couple days, we'll start seeing some spots. Built based off a real name. Okay, cool, cool. Well, welcome to the stream, and thanks for the follow. And this is actually where I'm going to call it a night. Usually, I stream a little bit later, but I'm still recovering from being sick the last few days. But those of you this is your first time joining, around this same time, 9 p.m. Eastern time, I try to stream every other night, and I'm going to try to experiment with some other time blocks to see if that works for some people in some other time zones as well. And in the very near future, I plan on taking a second trip out to the Norwegian Sea and see if I can't get enough silver to get a second. Probably will go with a Titan reel just so I can get a second good carp rod and get back to the carp fishing. But for now, thanks everyone that came out tonight, and hope you enjoyed the stream, and look forward to catching you all in the next one. Have a good night to those of you on this side of the world, and those of you over in Europe and further, have a good day.